land that I did not belong in. At least I thought I didn't belong in. There were dead people here. People who died. Exploring my surroundings, trying to figure out to orient myself to where I was. I guess I should let you know that I had committed suicide. I had jumped into a whirlpool. Felt that I was a burden to my wife and child. I no longer belonged in that world. I thought I would just go into the void, but here I was. I guess this is what it's like to be dead. Tell you how disorienting it was to be here. Houses of wood around that contained items. Dark and foreboding. Not much light. I followed the giant prints. Scared of what I might find. What was this creature? It was an abomination. A giant rhino, a giant hippo. Tell you I was scared would be an understatement. It was huge. It clearly outweighed me by 100 pounds. 100 times. I was scared. I ran for a cave. I ran away. I wanted nothing to do with that monster. Again, this land was strange. Like I had a computer inside me, and yet nothing there. But it showed me all about myself, all about my equipment, all about the things I had. I had these strange garbanzo beans. I feel better when I ate them. A crappy sword, and a lousy shield, and medium armor. I was going nowhere fast. I began to realize that I had thrown away my life, lost my wife and child, for no reason, just to end up here. Inside the hut were 4 witches. I trusted none of them. The old witch just laughed when I talked to her. It did not help my depression. They didn't seem to mind that I just stole from their house. I felt already cursed, so what did it matter? What could they do to me that hadn't already been done? I'd lost everything that meant anything by my own hand. I'd been born with the name McButtface. People had made fun of my name my whole life. It hadn't made me feel great that day. Perhaps that's where my journey to suicide left me. continued to explore the area, picking up items as I went, unsure what was next. This whole area was made of wood. I believe I was inside a tree. Lighting sconces on fire helped light up the area, which made me feel better. There was something scary about the dark. A statue in front of a log. What to do? Why did it block my way? Why could I not squeeze past it? My father had told me to be proud of the McButtface name. It brought me nothing but misery, and yet it was my name. Sure, these were men. These were people. They were hostile, that was for sure. Although very slow. Even my terrible sword cut them down. And I seemed to gather up their essence, their souls. The souls seemed to have a power to them. There'd been stories about the power of souls. I never believed them. This particular, whatever he was, hollows, I think the witches had called them. I backstabbed him in one blow, brought him down. I felt pretty good about myself at that point. I had never thought of myself as a bloodthirsty person. Something about the unfairness of my situation brought a rage to me. Oh, I longed to find something actually useful in these little tufts of cotton that appeared on the ground that disguised these items. I compared the items and could not make up my mind which was more useless. Gurgling in these hollows, disgusting and scary, but they were pretty easy to see. More garbanzo beans. They probably made a good hummus. Two annoying birds demanding items. What kind of world was this? I'd found a smooth and silky stone, and I decided to give it to them.
Yeah, so nice, so smooth.
Yeah, silky smooth.
Here, give it smooth.
I had no idea what a titanite chunk was. The birds continued their incessant chatter. Little cues were written on the ground, as if I was not the first to be here. I jumped onto an item. It was souls packaged. I could not figure out how to relight my torch for the sconce. I jumped. It was at that moment I realized I had forgotten to kick down the ladder that had been by the bird's nests. Did not know how much time I had in this land. It felt important to do this, to kick down that ladder. I went round and round the tree, back up the path to the bird's nest.
Here, give it smooth.
Yes, you.
As I slid down the ladder, I felt like a kid again. The fun, just letting your body go. It was the first moment of joy I had felt since I arrived here. Again, the hollow's incessant gurgling. Turn down my shield. It's terrible, as I expected. I ran around in the dark, unsure what to do. Seemed I needed to jump, run and jump. Such a task had been once easy for me. And I accomplished it on my first try. Found some herb. I used to like to smoke some herb. I made it back on the first try. That was pretty good. I slowly climbed the ladder, dreading what I would find. A platform. A hollow. Waiting for my sword. Smack them. One attacked me from the side. Cheap shot by the hollow. And then again, I had cheap shotted his fellow. Why they did not attack each other, but attacked me, I could not understand. I ate a garbanzo bean again. quite sure that it would make a good hummus. Another item that I did not know that appeared entirely useless to me. These fog days were strange. Why did they block my way, then dissolve when I passed through? There was a low wall in front of me. It was quite low, yet somehow I could not jump over it. It was very strange. Perhaps it was for the best, as there were creatures down there with big eyes that made terrible sounds. I felt I explored all I could in this area. I ran for the cave. Running through the cave, I wondered if there was another side. I went for daylight. Indeed, there was another side. I was born into the sunshine. Understanding the items I had picked up seemed it was going to take a lifetime to understand. This land had many up and down opportunities to explore. This weapon had bleed capabilities that seemed like it might be a powerful item. Little did I know that later I would find out it was not that powerful. Still, it was an upgrade over my broken sword. As for whatever a sacred chime was, I would find out that I was unable to use it. A weakling, unable to manifest even the lowliest spell. There were so many things to understand. I followed the path, hoping I had not stranded myself. Binoculars, finally something I understood. seemed to be nothing but water and rocks surrounding me. Ruins of a civilization that once had been here. A small town. Another bonfire. I rested and it seemed to heal me. This woman, she stared at the ocean.
Are you the next monarch? Or merely a pawn of fate? Bearer of the curse, I will remain by your side till this frail hope shatters. Take this with you. May it ease your journey.
She had a lovely face.
Go on and
She
see the
provided
king.
me a healing item.
He who made Drangleic what it once was. He who peered at the essence of the soul. King Vendrick.
I had no idea what the words meant.
Bearer of the curse, seek misery. For misery will lead you to greater, stronger souls.
Seek misery. I was already
You will
miserable.
never meet the king with a soul so frail and pallid.
This woman seemed a little daft.
Seek those whose names are unutterable. The four endowed with immense souls. Their souls will serve as beacons. Once you have found them, return here to me, so that hope will not fade away.
At least she provided me some objective in this
Bearer
world.
of the curse. Seek souls. Larger, more powerful souls. Seek the king. That is the only way. Lest this land swallow you whole, as it has so many others.
I did not believe in kings. I believed in democracy. That's where I had come from.
Over the hill and
Land
past the
that was once
forest
free.
is the king's castle, where a man peered straight into the essence of the soul. But whatever came of it, those who come to Drangleic seeking salvation soon lose hope and turn hollow. It happens to them all, sooner or later. That blue knight at the base of the tower, his spirit is already broken. Although he does offer sound advice. Perhaps he is a foreshadowing of your own future. That tiny thing inside the ruins. An ancient being that will mock your very existence. She imparts sound wisdom, provided you find her on a good day. The sign you bear will drain your very souls. And without souls, you will turn hollow. Stay strong. Do not lose hope. Even when you have precious little time. For when the undead dies, it is never truly dead, but only one step closer to hollowing. Not all undead are hollows, but all hollows were once undead.
Is that what I was?
If you
Was
find
I
an Estus
undead?
shard, bring it to me, so that I may ease your burden. Over the hill and past the forest is the king's castle, where a man peered straight into the essence of the soul. But whatever came of it, those who come to Drangleic seeking salvation soon lose hope and turn hollow. It happens to them all, sooner or later. That blue knight at the base of the tower, His spirit is already broken. Although he does offer sound advice. Perhaps he is a foreshadowing of your own future.
You're undead, aren't you? You have that distinct scent, the smell of irreversible fate.
This man would not
This
look
is
me in
what
the
you-
eye.
It is a kind of settlement,
He seemed
a place
defeated.
where life is almost normal. And in Drang Lake these days, there are very few places like that.
By way of magic,
I am Solden,
I increased his
and
voice
like
level.
you, I lost everything, and now I'm here. You probably heard that it was possible to break the curse here. Well, that's not true at all.
This man spoke so slowly, he
There's
bored
nothing
me.
here for you,
I looked at my
me,
surroundings.
or anybody.
Beautiful ruin.
Do you know much about souls? Even I'm not certain, but I'm told that the soul is the essence of life itself. Anything living, sentient or no, supposedly has one. What we call the curse is traceable to the soul. Do you see what that means?
I
To
did not
be
mean to be
alive,
rude to him and turn
to
my back
walk
to him.
this earth. That's the real curse, right
He
there.
seemed to drone on and on.
We undead will never die. And that's quite a predicament, really. There are 4 beings in this land with giant souls. And wherever you go from here, you'll sooner or later come up against them. Each has a powerful soul and a terrible curse. If that frightens you, then you ought to just give up right now. Like I have. Do you ever cry out for help? The journey of an undead is long and treacherous. You'll face invaders from other worlds at every turn. If you need help, why not proclaim faith in the Blue
I
Sentinels?
was so bored by this man.
When you face danger,
And yet I felt
the
he had
Blue Sentinels
information I
will
needed.
come to your aid. Protection is yours, if you wish.
Have you ever
You
met
need only
someone who
accept
just
their
droned
kind
on and on
embrace.
and on and on? Such was this man. But he offered help in the form of a ring.
That is a wise decision. People are weak, but the Blue Sentinels watch over us in their benevolence.
I had no idea what blue
Let
sentinels
the
were.
Sentinels cradle you
But
in
if they were
their
willing to help,
embrace.
then why not?
Do you feel lonely here? It suits me just fine, as I've nothing left anyway. It will grow on you, this place. Give it some time. Do you see the way beyond the bonfire? That will take you to the forest of the giants. There was once a great fort, but little of it remains. You may just find something there that will be of use on your journey. But don't venture too far inside, or you might not come back. Hade's Tower of Flame lies beyond the far gate.
The garbanzo beans I had eaten
In the
were giving
cathedral,
me gas.
the
I
apostles
was
of
trying
Blue
not to
gather,
bark in his face.
but the
what can you
road
do?
leading there is perilous.
Sometimes you just gotta let it out.
The gate is rigged with some contraption. But how it works,
If he would just
I
talk
just
a little
don't know.
faster.
have you seen that pit, that gaping hole in the earth? I don't know what it's like down below, but I wouldn't suggest trying to find out. Besides, you'll never make it down there. Not without a ladder of some sort. The flame you see there is a bonfire. They exist all across the land, beacons to we undead. If you are tired, try resting beside the flame. The flame heals us. Long ago, a woman called a firekeeper watched over each bonfire. She kept the flame lit and guarded it from those who would extinguish it. I wonder where the firekeepers went. Did you notice any letters on the ground on the way here? These are messages that have jumped the fissures between worlds. In Drang Lake, the flow of time is convoluted. Things shift and waver, twist and turn. Poignant wishes, dashed dreams, the messages convey our very inner thoughts. If your will to soldier on falters, try leaving a message. Somebody out there is sure to listen. You may notice symbols that appear upon the ground. These are summon signatures. They call upon spirits from other worlds
I
through
suppose
the
it was my fault.
schisms
I
in
kept
time.
prompting him to talk.
If you
He
fear
kept relaying
hollows, find some
relevant
signatures to
information.
call upon spirits to help you.
But he was boring.
Do you see the way beyond the bonfire? That will take you to the forest of the giants.
Now he was repeating himself.
There was once a great fort.
This would later be an
Little of it
aspect I
remains.
noticed of hollows,
You
of
may
undead
just
in this
find
land,
something
that they
there
eventually
in a
began
rush.
to repeat themselves. They seemed to have forgotten what they had said before. I looked around the monument. It was again beautiful, but there was nothing there. I was disappointed in my binoculars. They were not that powerful.